Imagine you couldn't eat or drink anything for 30 days. Scary, right? Not actually. Let me explain. My name is Joshua Sproul, and I am a practicing Muslim. And Ramadan is an annual ritual for Muslims which is growing larger each year due to the increasing amount of Muslims within the world. Being aware of this tradition will make you as an individual more aware and more conscious of what is going on around you, be it with your family, with your fans, your friends, your peers, or your coworkers. Having an understanding of Ramadan will help you better communicate with those who acknowledge Ramadan. So during this speech, I will let you know what Ramadan is, the purpose of Ramadan, the rules of Ramadan, what you must abstain from, and what happens once it ends. So once again, Ramadan, it's a month of fasting. It's a holy month. And this month falls on the ninth month of the lunar calendar, which is different than the 12-month calendar that we have here. This calendar can be found on 3 credible websites which gives you all of the details of Ramadan, such as IslamiCity.com, RamadanKareem.org, or Islam101.com. All of these sites show you the different actual calculations of the actual months and how they compare to the US months as well, and how they determine the ninth month. Now, once you get to this month, how do you begin? How do you know when to start? What do you do on this side? Actually, what happens is there's a sighting of the new moon at the beginning of the ninth month. When that new moon is sighted, that is when Ramadan begins. In addition to that, once Ramadan begins, it starts that next morning. Because Ramadan, you must fast from dawn to sunset. So dawn, typically right now, is in the summertime, so these are going to be your longest days. So dawn will begin at 5 a.m. and sunset will be approximately around 8:30 p.m. So this is looking at around 15 hours of actually fasting from food, water, or any type of liquid or beverage, any type of food consumption. Sounds intense, right? Yeah, it is. So it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of courage to do so. So you think about it, well, who can fast? Well, everyone can fast. All Muslims fast. But there's always going to be different stipulations and exceptions, such as children. Children typically do not begin to fast until after they reach puberty. And then at that age, it's up to the parents' discretion how much they want them to partake in it. In addition to that, then there are women. Women who are pregnant or women that are menstruating, they are not allowed to fast because they are considered unclean. And plus, they also need the food and water to nourish their body because of the experiences they're going through. In addition to that, if someone is traveling, you cannot fast as well. Because if you're on a road, you don't want to be driving and lose your energy because you have no food or water. So it's suggested that you do not fast while you're traveling or while you're sick or because you're taking medication. You need that to build up your immune system. This is not supposed to be detrimental to your health. So everyone can fast, but just be mindful of your situation and take it from there. With that being said, people want to know, why would anyone ever do this? What's the purpose? Well, I'll tell you why. The number one reason that people fast and people participate in Ramadan, Muslims of course, is because it gives you a closer connection to Allah. Allah is the Arabic term for God. So it gives you a closer connection to God so that you can actually start to understand, your religion more, Islam. Understand what is required of you, what is expected of you, how to live right, how to be a better person. And then number 2, it also teaches you discipline. Muslims believe that discipline is the number one key to success, whether it be with education, work, your personal life, or just relationships. Having self-discipline is always the key to success. In addition to that, there's also gaining understanding for those who are less fortunate. Because we all know everybody falls into different social classes. So you want to be able to have compassion and be considerate for those who have less than you. So being able to abstain from this food and water allows you to experience the different trials and tribulations that your peers are going through. So this will probably lead you to not have a second thought the next time you have some food left over and someone is homeless and someone is left out and you want to give it to them. Whether it be water, whether it be clothing, whatever it can be to help. It just lets you gain more compassion for those who are in need. And this is always something great to be able to acknowledge. But like anything, even in religion, there are always rules. So such as when to eat, because you can't eat between dawn and sunset. So do you eat on dawn, after dawn, before dawn, when? Muslims will get up approximately an hour before and prepare their meals, depending on what the activity may consist of. You may get up earlier than that or later than that if it's already pre-made. Because you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time to eat your food and to pray when that time reaches. Then in addition to that, there's also what not to do. But of course, it's just not eating food and just not drinking. In addition to that, you want to abstain from negative things such as alcohol, such as tobacco, and such as sex. Yes, I said it, sex. You want to abstain from that. All of these are considered negative distractions that take away from your fasting and your actual attention that you need to direct to what you're doing. But of course, if you're married, when the sun goes down, you can have sex with your partner. That's the only exception right there. Still no smoking or drinking even after the sun goes down. Because throughout the day, what are you doing? You're praying. Praying is one of the most important things that you want to do throughout your life as a Muslim, especially during Ramadan. One of the 5 pillars of Islam is called Salat. Salat is when a Muslim makes his 5 daily prayers. And those prayers happen throughout the day and in the morning and at night. And this is something that every Muslim must partake in, they must participate in when actually acknowledging the month of Ramadan. So you say you fast, you don't eat, you don't drink, you can't have sex, you wait till the sun goes down, you pray 5 times a day for 30 days, 150 prayers. Then what? Do you just stop and then after that it's over? Well, let me tell you, after the 30 days is up, then what happens after that? A celebration. Just like anyone else, we love to party as well. And what we call this celebration is Eid. Eid is actually explained in the Quran very thoroughly, and I'll give you a brief description of what it is. Eid lasts for 3 days, and it's a celebration with plenty of festivities. Everyone gathers together and they pray together. They come out in their new garments, they share gifts and everything. This is like Christmas for Muslims, just to paint a better picture for you. So the end of Ramadan is actually the best feeling ever. It's fun. You know, you're actually very happy that you were able to get through this experience and you were able to fast. And now you feel like your blessings are going to be accepted. So Ramadan is definitely something that everyone should be aware of. So just to summarize, Ramadan is the month when Muslims fast by abstaining from water and food and other negative influences in order to become closer to God, learn discipline, all while gaining understanding for those who are less familiar and less unfortunate. Ramadan can be a great thing if done wholeheartedly and if done right. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.